Yo, what's good, guys? Inswain with Inswain Audio. Thank you for stopping by today. Today, we got a Pop Smoke vocal tutorial, specifically on the song Bout a Million. So if you want to record and sound like Pop Smoke, stick around because I'm about to show you how to do it. Let's go. All right, first things first, I'll play you a snippet of the original song so we can hear what we were trying to go for.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Cool. Typical Pop Smoke, upfront, aggressive, drill rap style vocal. Now I'll show you my mix, what we got.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Cool. Exact same mix. The only difference is, and because I got all the vocals on one file, like the lead vocal and the ad-lib, they're not separated. I didn't have access to that. So the ad-libs are in the main vocal track, so they're mixed the same. But in the original song, the ad-libs have a different mix. But we're only focusing on the lead vocal anyway, so ignore those ad-libs in between, just focus on the lead vocal. But yeah, anyways, I'll show you that raw vocal now, what we started with. Alright, dope. First things first, to get this vocal, auto-tune. We got alto tenor. It's in the chromatic scale, so I believe that means the key doesn't matter. It's on chromatic, so it's going to tune it to any note that it's closest to. Retune speed of 12, everything else is 0. Shout out to Sky Jordan for making a video. I saw a video of him with like a leak template. These are some of the settings that they use, so I tried it and it worked for this vocal, so let's hear it. Just some auto-tune, nothing crazy. Then I went into the Pro Q3. So we did a low cut, 12 dBs per octave, up to 154. I got a little bell cut here at 186 of 1.8 dBs. Then I got a low shelf going all the way up to 423 of 5.5 dBs. And then at 845, I took out 3.5 dBs. And that's it for EQ so far. So let's hear that. There we go. And the vocal is quiet, but I believe this is the plugin where I got my gain, so don't worry, you're going to be able to hear it better now. Anyways, went into the CLA 76. For the first time in Inswain Audio history, we used the Blackie setting. I almost always use the Bluey, but we went to the Blackie, so, it goes to show you got to switch it up. But yeah, we're on the Blackie setting, ratio of 4, release is 7, attack is 3. Input and output are right there, but I always say make sure you adjust accordingly depending on the signal coming in and how loud you want to go coming out. Really what you want to do is copy the attack, release, and ratio and watch the needle and get the same amount of gain reduction. So watch this needle.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Dope. Really shaping up already, honestly. Pop Smoke's vocal. While I got a decent amount of plugins, I do very little. You don't need much on his vocal. All right. Mag EQ4. We got the air band at 40, and we're giving it 3 dBs a gain. At 2.5K, I boosted by a dB, and that's it. But then on the trim level, I just turned it down by half a dB to compensate for the gain we got, just a level match, so let's hear it.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Boom. Then we went into the Waves R comp. Got the threshold at negative 12.4, ratio at 3.07, gain 2.8, attack is 6.62, release is 26.8. ARC Electro Warm. I believe I also got some of these settings from that Sky Jordan template. I started with it just to test it, and it sounded good, and I just adjusted the threshold from there. I don't know how much gain reduction they were getting, but this is how much I got. So watch this number down here.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Yeah, so they could have been using it way different than me. I just wanted to test the settings, and then I just left them and adjusted it from there to get the sound that I wanted, and it worked. Would I have done that if I hadn't seen that video? I don't know. I might have used a different compressor, but we would have got the same end result, so it's all cool. You can use whatever tools you got. Low level, we got 6.8. Oh, yeah, sorry. We're using the Waves on V2 here. Low level, 6.8. High level, negative 0.9. And I pulled the output down, negative 1.9 to compensate for that gain. Let's hear it.
Red dot, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
All right, cool. Then I went into the Plugin Alliance Black Box. Black Box Analog Design HD2. It's the black box saturator. This thing is crazy. So we got the in/out. We turn that on to enable the parallel saturation knob here, which is at 36%. Pentode is at 55%. Triode is at 53%. I turned the air knob on and put it at 67%, so I went crazy with that. Pulled the output down to 40% because when you start adding saturation with this plugin, it gets a lot louder. So I pulled the output down to just turn the volume down. And then all of that on the mix knob, I got at 70%. So I'm blending in 70% of this saturation with 30% of the original signal. So basically what that's doing is I'm adding all the saturation, but I'm dialing back on it because it was too much. So let's hear that.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Boom, dope. Then I went into the FabFilter Pro MB multi-band compressor. You can use any multi-band compressor. I used 4 bands. The first band goes from 129 up to 578. Here's the settings. You can copy them if you want. Then the second band goes from 578 up to 2700. Once again, here are the settings, and you can copy them if you want. Third band from 2700 up to 9700. There's my settings. Feel free to copy them. It's just too much to say. I'm not reading you all these numbers. You're going to pause it and copy it anyway. So fourth band, I boosted up. You can see I got added some top end, but also controlled for it at the same time. There's my settings. Feel free to copy them. And like I said, guys, you don't need the FabFilter multi-band compressor. You can use any multi-band compressor and get similar settings, similar attack, release, and gain, gain reduction, things like that, ratio, similar things, and you will get this sound. You don't need to use that compressor. So let's hear it.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Dope. Then I went into the Overloud Gem Comp LA. If you don't have this, you can use the Waves LA CLA2A, just any LA2A emulation. Let's see, I turned the harmonics up to get extra tone from the compressor. Peak reduction and gain are going to depend on where you are volume-wise, so just try to copy how much gain reduction I'm getting with the needle. And then I dialed it back on the mix knob, where it says parallel, dry, and comp. I moved it over so that I'm blending in the original with the after so that I'm not getting as much compression as it has. And then I turn the output up to compensate for the gain reduction we're doing. Let's hear it.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
That one right there really brings the vocal forward, gives it a nice tone. That was big. Then I went into the Waves Doubler 2. You can use any sort of doubler chorusing modulation with, right? Just be careful because they can be phasey, but Pop Smoke likes to have doubler on his vocals, so this is how I got it. Here's my settings. You can copy them. Just making them a little bit brighter and wider and giving it that doubler sound that he's famous for having. So let's peep that.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
So that's like the main effect, so to speak, on this vocal and on most of his vocals is that right there. Then I went into more saturation. I went into the FabFilter Saturn 2, 3 bands. First band goes up to 491. We got Warm Tube on a 32% drive. Dynamics is 3.69. Mix knob is down to 17%. The next band, which goes up to 3700, Warm Tube, 32% drive, and the mix knob is turned down to 9.7%. Third band, which is 3700 and above, we got Warm Tube on a 34.21% drive, Dynamics 0.157, and the mix knob is 78.49%. And then on the overall mix, so this is like the mix knob of all bands combined with the original signal, I turn it down to 83.24%. So let's hear that.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Cool. Last plugin, one more FabFilter Pro Q3. I just had to dial, like the saturation probably added a bunch of bite in the mid-range. I just had to control for. So 4 1/4 decibels taken out of a wide cut at 1600, and then a more narrow cut of 1.5 dBs at 3577. So let's hear that.
Run that, tag him. I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him. Hit him up, then I'm dashing.
All right, now for my sends. First send is at 0.0. It's all the way up. We got the Aphex Vintage Exciter from Waves, the Vintage Oral Exciter. Yeah, here's the settings. You can copy them, but it's on a send. And then I just put a gain plugin after to turn it down by 4.8 dBs because I didn't want to touch the send amount because I liked the tone that I was getting from the Oral Exciter. I just wanted to dial it back the loudness of it. So let's hear that.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
All right, dope. Next send is at 0.0 as well. Wave CLA 76 on the Blackie setting. Release of 6.38, attack of 2.83, ratios on all, input and output, yeah, accordingly, because it's on a send. Just watch the needle. We're really pinning it here to get some parallel compression and blend it in with the original.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Dope. Third send, 0.0 again. We got the Waves Magma Lil Tube. I came around on this. I think it was free at the time. It might still be, I don't know. I think it was when it was coming out. There's like a promotion for it, but whatever. Give some vocal warmth / saturation. I got it on high intense sensitivity because it's on a send. Drive is 39, and then I pulled the output down 15.2 to blend it and turn it down. So let's hear that.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
So that's a lot of low mids. That's putting the vocal right in your face, giving it that chestiness, that strength that's in that Pop Smoke vocal. Next send is at negative 25.8. We got our reverb. We got the Waves H verb and the warm chamber setting preset I started with, but here is the other settings if you want to see what I may or may not have changed. I hardly ever can just pull up a preset and leave it. I'm usually at least adjusting the pre-delay and the reverb time, but yeah, here's what we got.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
All right, cool. Last send at negative 28.7. We got the Manny Marroquin reverb. I love this thing. Plate, small. Time is at 93.3%. Pre-delay is at 10. Compression is 29.7. Highs 25. Mids negative 10.5. Lows 14.4. Distortion 4.3. Plate reverb. Let's hear it.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
All right, cool. Now I will play you the original so we can hear that one more time.
Run that, tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Cool. Now I'll play you the raw vocal to show you what I started with to try to what I was trying to get to sound like what we just heard. Quiet, pretty low, but yeah, it was very dull. Had to do some doctoring to it, but not too much. But that's what we're here for. Now what I'll do is I will play you the original song in my mix. I'll A-B them back and forth in real time so you can hear the similarities, starting with the original.
Tag him, I give him 20 if you catch him. 4-4, blast him, hit him up, then I'm dashing.
Boom, so there you have it, guys. That is how you mix your vocals to sound like Pop Smoke on the song Bout a Million. If you have any requests or other artists you want to hear, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this. If I can get files for another artist that you want, I will definitely do it. I'm here to service you guys. With that being said, check out my description. Tap in with me on my other socials, Instagram, say what's up. I also have a link to my website where you can get custom templates from me. I can make a template custom for your voice to sound like any artist, style, genre, song, anything you want. I can make a template for you to do. I also offer mixing and mastering for very cheap and inexpensive, so if that's what you need, I'm your guy. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around. My name is Inswain with Inswain Audio. Thank you. Peace.